The Aegon that we knew last season was kind of feckless and not really into the political. But this season, can you talk to me a little bit about how he is looking at being king in episode 1 and how that might change? His attitude might change about it in episode 2.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty clear, wasn't it, that he didn't want to be in that position in season 1. We see him coming into episode 1 of season 2 with more enthusiasm, a bit more of a spring in his step. The levity in Aegon is evident, I think.
Our letters to the Vale and to the north continue to go unanswered.
I wanted to play it that way to give him somewhere to go. He's enjoying it. It's the first time he's ever had purpose and had a reason to get out of bed and put his focus to something of importance and not just, drinking as much wine as he possibly can. I think it's really good for him to have that level of responsibility. And it's the way people react around him as he's sort of coming into his own there that starts to fracture in the stonework of the castle, and we find him resenting the way that he feels sidelined and he's not able to make his own decisions.
My mother and grandsire mind me like some helpless duckling.
Oh, but you're the king!
They could have been a lot more tactful and should have seen it coming, I think.
Remove your badge.
Sir Otto?
You are my father's hand. Not mine.
You know what? I didn't think he had levels to the degree that we see him like weeping in episode 2, right?
Because everyone thinks he's a psychopath.
Well, I did actually think he was a psychopath.
Yeah,
Okay, so tell me why he's not.
Because he's way more three-dimensional than that, I think. He's complex. Yes, he is troubled and makes horrendous decisions. Yeah, has a darker mind than most. But he's an empath as well. He feels things deeply. And I think there lies one of many reasons why he behaves in such extreme ways. He's deeply, deeply insecure. He's very vulnerable. He's very fragile. And he attempts to cover that with this guise of cold, I'll finish you if I need to kind of attitude. And now you put a crown on his head, there's nothing stopping him, really, which is scary.
It strikes me that so many characters have these deep amounts of grief, right, in a very small amount of time, and then that grief is just used for political. It's kind of taken away from them, in so many of them. Do you think that the grief of losing his child is going to come up later in the season?
Oh, absolutely. This is something that is part of him now. There's no recovering from that.
My son is my legacy!
It's a part of his atomic makeup now, I think. Yeah, it will fuel his decision-making and inform his choices when it comes to exacting revenge and how he does that. I think he's going to try and do that as painfully and as slowly and painfully as possible.
Dignity. I want revenge.